Welcome back to the Next to Last Word. I'm Mike. I'll be your tour guide through insanity today. Yes, I'm aware that I am talking into a pair of scissors. That is affirmative. Stick around. It's going to get wild. I just have a collection of material that I've been wanting to do, but haven't been able to work it into a video, so I'm testing out my material on you, if you'll let me. The Republicans do want to protect the children, but only from books. Guns and pedophiles? Not so much. You're going to have to take your chances there. But remember, Billy, run in a zigzag pattern. Republicans used to be about small government. Now they're all about their big feelings. The GOP platform seems to be, we believe in freedom, unless someone is enjoying it in a way that we don't approve of. Republicans believe in free speech as long as it's speech that they agree with. They loved the Second Amendment until they found that liberals could have guns too. That's not really a joke, this is true. Republicans used to be about lower taxes. Now they're all about your genitals. They're way too interested in people's genitals. They're way too interested in what's going on in your pants. One GOP core belief is that Americans are under attack. Under attack from what, you ask? We'll decide that later. It probably has something to do with transgender Mexicans. The one core GOP belief is that America is under attack. It's the trans 15-year-old swimmers that you really got to look out for. About the transgenders in sports, they have tests to check for drugs. They can also test to see if you're a boy or a girl. So we really don't need to worry about that. That's up to the NCAA or whatever. And the people are asking, why are you putting people in concentration camps? Why are we doing this? Who does this help? It's not helping my life, liberty, or pursuit of happiness. If you're going to deport violent criminals, then do it. You don't need to house them if they're violent criminals. Just deport them. The problem is they're not. The tide is turning because people want normalcy. We just want things to be normal. Okay, you want to call it something else? Internment camps? Having internment camps ain't normal. It's not a normal thing that a country does. Okay? And no, I can hear them through the screen. What's that? The Trump humpers seem to think that we've got 20 million violent Mexicans what's that Biden let into the country? Yeah, right. You know, they had a bipartisan bill on the table when Biden was president, and Trump squashed it because that was going to be what he ran on. And he did run on it, and it worked. They create problems and then solve them, or at least pretend to. They spend billions of dollars not solving them. But people are turning on Trump. We do not want to live next door to a prison camp. No one wants to live next door to one, Democrat or Republican. It looks like you're digging in. You're not trying to solve a problem. I know quite a bit about the election, the 2020 election. Could there's an election coming up that Trump is not just afraid they're going to lose, he knows they're going to lose. It's like the country is stuck in some sort of sick remake of Groundhog Day. You keep fighting over civil rights and human rights over and over again. The only thing that changes is the fashion. Did you check out my cool t-shirt? I mean, I guess it's cool that I'm rocking the Cure, right? It was clean. Every morning, it's like waking up with a hangover, saying, what the hell did America do last night? We keep fighting because we have something to fight for. Trump's been trying to trash America since he's gotten into politics. Yeah, Trump trashes America. I need to come out with a Smokey the Bear slogan. Don't trash America's future. Maybe you take a little solace in history. I'm not sure I do, because I don't think we've ever faced anything quite like this before. But fair to say, Abraham Lincoln also faced his share of challenges. You don't really think about it. I mean, everybody knows that Lincoln freed the slaves. You think they're racist now. Of course, I feel like they just hide it more now, or they try to use alternate words. But they didn't back then. Abraham Lincoln, he lived in a country that was aggressively racist. He was heckled at speeches. People shouted slurs at him, and he was trying to save a nation. But the country pushed forward because it was the right thing to do, and it's still the right thing to do. And we, the people, refuse to be held down because the people are fed up. Here's the part they're not telling you. America has actually always been a mess. Every generation has its wars, and every generation has its criminals. Every generation may very well also have its own antichrist. That's not funny. A loud, chaotic, contradictory mess. Somehow it works. Even when you're relatively certain that it won't, that it shouldn't, it just keeps going. Like some sick, possessed Energizer bunny. It's so frustrating because we shouldn't have to relive this over and over again throughout generations. Just stop it. just stop. No one's ever said that before, right? just stop. You think we're evolving, do you? That's a pretty good argument against that. Well, maybe we are. Maybe it's out with this generation, the 80-year-old, the octogenarians that are running the country. Yeah, maybe it's time we didn't have that. And I got nothing against 80-year-olds. My parents are 80 years old. But I don't see either of them running our country. Love you, Mom. It's just not practical. It would not be practical. But yeah, we're incapable of learning from history, apparently. One of my very first videos. Let me reminisce for a moment down memory lane. I got inspired to stand up, do a video because raging moderates. Because I'm a raging moderate. And Scott Galloway was pointing out that Stephen Miller had given a speech at Charlie Kirk's memorial service that was paraphrased from, was it 1932? Nazi propaganda speech? Whatever it was. I am the storm is a speech. And you can look it up. And I had people in the comments being like, oh, it's not the same speech. I was like, no, of course it's not. It was in German, for one thing. And for another, he modernized it. But I am the storm, the message was the same. So there you go. So I'm saying he's like one of Trump's main advisors. So when you call Trump a fascist, people say, oh, you compare him to Hitler. Everybody wants to compare someone they don't like to Hitler. No, that's not it. I'm telling you, the point is we're dealing with the modernized, dumbed down version of that movement. Why else would they call Antifa a terrorist organization? Because it stands for anti-fascism. Well, who would care about that except for, you guessed it, fascists? Yeah, this video is going to get buried because I'm using the word fascist. I've referenced Hitler, and those are no-nos on the tube. So be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, and let people know that it's worthwhile. Because people need to be exposed. People need to be aware of what we're dealing with here. This is some sort of demented version. We have concentration camps. We have Gestapo and ICE. Yes, they're less competent. I know that. But they still have guns, like Gestapo did. They're still dragging people out of their houses, like Gestapo did. Hello, I know. They're illegal. I get that. But that doesn't mean they need to be treated like animals. If you want to deport them if they're violent criminals. But if they've lived in their community for 35 years, they have 3 kids and a landscaping business, leave them alone. Like, what the hell's wrong with these people? They're stupid. Yes, because racism is stupid, so I can call them stupid. That's how that works. I don't make up the rules. Willfully ignorant is important too, because you can search any of this online, watch YouTube videos, but it's just a matter of what you decide to watch. These people are being brainwashed, sitting in the front of their TV, watching America One or Fox News, being brainwashed. And they watch that for like 12 hours a day. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, the usual. And check out my shop. And take care. It's crazy out there.